Yeah, good morning, everyone. Is my voice audible? Can anyone confirm in the chat? Is my voice audible? Okay. So, any doubts, guys, from last session? You have any kind of doubts? So, whatever concepts we have covered from last 3 sessions, any doubts? So, if you have any doubts, just clear it so that it will not be difficult for us to move in the next set of concepts, because all the concepts are interconnected. So if you won't understand today's concept, then it will be difficult to understand next day concept. Okay, so in case if you have any doubt, any confusion, just let me know. So सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड होते हैं. सो अगर तुम्हें कोई भी डाउट है किसी कॉन्सेप्ट में या कंफ्यूज हो थोड़ा सा भी, so just please let me know that. Okay, so I'm just not getting any reply, so I'm thinking that you guys don't have any doubts. Okay, just try to reply yes, no, at least I can understand. Okay, so today we are going to start with the new concept called objects. Okay. So anyone knows what is object? Yeah, just try to reply at least yes, no, so that would be great. Anyone knows what is object in JavaScript or in Java, C Sharp, any language that you are aware about that object concept? Anyone? Okay, no problem. So this is one of the most important concept in for your entire JavaScript plus for your entire React JS also. As I have told you, this is like a backbone concept for your entire React JS. Okay, so what is this object? If someone asks you what is object or objects, just tell them that object is a data structure. The first thing what you have to tell, object is a data structure, and this term is very important. Why it is very important? Because anyone who asks this question, what is object, he want to listen this word from you, like object is a data structure. So anyone knows what is data structure? I hope you guys have studied in your colleges or something in first year. So data structures subject you might have, right? So anyone knows what is data structure? Anyone? Faizan, Pratik, Sarthak, प्रसन्ना, पूर्णिमा, गायत्री, किसी को पता है डेटा स्ट्रक्चर क्या होता है? व्हाट इज डेटा स्ट्रक्चर? Okay, no problem. Data structure is, what is data structure means? It is a structure, a normal structure in which we are going to store some data. So what is data structure? It is a type of structure in which we are going to store some data. So what you will learn in the data structure means you will just learn different structures. Okay, this is one structure, this is one structure, this is one structure. Then you have something like this one structure. So in all this structure, what you are going to do, you are just going to store the information. Apart from that, nothing. So in data structure, what you will learn? You will just learn how can we store the data in this particular structure and how this structure is going to work. And depending upon your requirement, which structure suits most for your requirement. Means using which structure you can store data efficiently. If you are able to find that one, then your data structure work is done. That's it. In any project you get a requirement. अब तुम्हें कोई भी एक प्रोजेक्ट करना है, यू विल गेट सम रिक्वायरमेंट. क्या रिक्वायरमेंट? कि इस प्रोजेक्ट में, इस एप्लीकेशन में मुझे कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर करना है. अब इस इंफॉर्मेशन को मैं किस स्ट्रक्चर में स्टोर करना है, अगर वो आप डिसाइड कर पाए, दैट्स इट। अगर वो आप डिसाइड कर सकते हो, इसका मतलब आपको डेटा स्ट्रक्चर आता है। आप कब डिसाइड कर सकते हो? जब आपको पता है कि इतने सारे तरीका है और इतने सारे तरीके में कौन सा तरीका सबसे बेस्ट सूट होता है मेरे रिक्वायरमेंट को। बस यही डेटा स्ट्रक्चर का काम है, और अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट नहीं। हमें क्यों ऐसे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर, आई मीन व्हाई दे हैव गिवन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स, so that you can access the data efficiently in your programs. You can access the data efficiently मतलब फास्टर वे में और बहुत प्रॉपर वे में। सो एफिशिएंट का मतलब दो टर्म्स उसमें यूज होता है। फर्स्ट टर्म फास्टर, how faster you can access the data, plus how efficient, nothing but how properly you can access the data. If you are able to access faster and properly data, then your application performance will increase. Ultimately, the data structure is used to increase the performance of your application. Means using which structure you can access the data more efficiently, so that the performance of your application will increase. Now, if you are able to decide this one, it means you know the data structure. That's it. So the people will say that data structure is very important in product based companies like Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, right? Flipkart. If you go and give the interview in this kind of companies like Google, then first they will check the knowledge of data structure only. Why they will check the knowledge of data structure? Because this kind of company have lot of information, right? If you just can imagine Google have how much information, you can just imagine Flipkart have how much information. Now if you want to access that information, then you should follow a particular structure. Then for every requirement you should come with the solution. Okay, for this requirement we should use this structure, for this requirement we should use this structure, so that we can access the data in more faster way. So if you are able to access the data in faster way, then automatically your application performance will increase. So this is what they will check. That is why the people will call data structure is most important when you are applying for product based companies or any very big companies like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Apple, all that. Even that company will check your data structure knowledge. This is the only reason. Now, in the same way, what is object means? Object is a data structure. Now, when I say object is a data structure, then it might be one structure in which we are going to store some information. That's it. Apart from that, nothing. Now, we just need to understand what is that structure, how that structure looks, and how we can store the information in that structure. That is what we need to learn. So what we are going to learn? We are just going to learn how that structure looks, how this object structure looks, and how we are going to store the information in that object structure. So let's try to understand that. So I'm just removing all this. So what is object? Object is a data structure. You can say here. And it is a collection of properties. What do you mean by collection of properties? Let's try to understand. Okay. So object is a data structure means it has one structure. What is that structure means? That structure look like this: open curly braces, close curly braces. This is a structure. Which structure? It is a object structure. This is your object structure. This is your object structure. Now in this structure, what we are going to store? We are going to store some information. The information will be stored in key colon value pair. how your CSS properties are key and value pair. In the same way, in this object structure also, we are going to store the information in key and value pair. For example, I want to store the information of one student in object format. So what I will do, first I will declare one variable. For example, var. I'll just declare a variable var called like student info something, some variable name equals to. Now I want to store the data in object format, nothing but object structure. So open curly braces, close curly braces. This is your object. Now in this you have to store the information. So how will you store the information? In key value pair. So what information a student can have? He can have one name. So I'm just giving a key called name, and value will be actual data. For example, his data is IBase. His name is IBase, comma. Then what kind of data a student will have? Student might have the phone number. So I'm just giving the key as a phone and some number as a value. In the same way, a student can have a city. He can be from a particular city. For example, he is from something called Delhi. We can write a Delhi. In the same way, what information a student can have? He can have something called email ID. So I'm just writing email as a key, and the actual data will be your value. So this is the data, for example. So let me increase this. That's it. Now see what is object. Object is a structure, one type of structure in which we are storing some information, and this information are stored in key value pair. Now this key value pair is called one property. So here this key value is called one property. So how many properties we have in this object means totally 4 property. One of property, second, third, fourth. So one property will be in the key value pair. Value is your actual data. Key is like a reference to access this particular data. So I can say here all these 4 are properties. Okay, and property will be in key value pair. That's it. Properties are always in the key value pair. So if I just make this different color, done. So now if you go to the definition, now you will understand it more clarity. So what is object? Object is a data structure, means some structure, and it is a collection of properties. Properties are nothing but this one. That's it. And each property will be in the key value pair. So like this, you can contain any information. For example, you want the information of a one mobile. So what information you variable like var mobile info, whatever name you want to give. Now you want to store that mobile information in object structure. So first create an object structure. This is your object structure. Created object structure. Now in this object, what we will store? We will store the information. How we will store the information? In the properties format, nothing but key value format. For example, for every mobile, there will be a brand, whether it's a Apple brand or Samsung brand, something like that. I'm saying Apple brand. Then you might have the something like model, which model it is. Like for example, I'm saying like iPhone 13. Now it might be the data in the string format. In the same way, you might have something else information, like you have brand, model, then some kind of ID number. Then you might have some ID number. So as of now, I'm just taking some number like this. Like that, you might have lot of information of this mobile information also. So how you are storing the mobile information? Again, you are storing the mobile information in one of the object format. So your JavaScript and React will depend on this object data structure. Like 95 or 90%, this React and JavaScript will store their information in this object format only. Okay, so here just remember what is property and what are the keys and value. Here name is key, ibase is value. Here phone is key, this number is value. How you are differentiating one property to another property means using comma. So you will just separate one property to another property using comma. How you will separate key and value means using this colon. Colon is used to differentiate key and value, and this comma is used to differentiate one property to the another property. Okay, any doubts in this object format? Understood what is object and why we use object? Or any confusion? Anyone? समझ में आया नहीं आया? Yeah, so just give me reply yes, yes, or no, no. At least I can understand whether you are understanding or not. In case if you are confusing, just let me know where you are getting confused. Okay, so that at least I can help you guys. Done. Now this is how done. Now let's create this object in our programs. So I'm just going to our code. Now this is our files which we have created yesterday. So I'm just removing all this. Now here I want to create one JavaScript file. So I'm just saying object.js. That's it. Now here I want to create one object where give one name for that object, whatever name you want to give. I'm giving data equals to create object structure. How the object structure will be? Open curly braces, close curly braces. This is your object structure. That's it. Now this is your object structure, nothing but object data structure. Now what you are going to store in this information? How? Key value pair. So I'm just storing some student information. Name, he will have some name like ibase. Then he might have city. So I will just say Amravati. Okay. In the same way, you might have the state, which is like Maharashtra. Right? In the same way, student might have the phone number, like some number. In the same way, he might have the email ID. Okay, so let's remove email ID as of now. Let's keep this much only. So this particular object contains 4 information and all this information in your object format. If I want to print this, what I will do? Just I will write console.log of data. That's it. Now in this console, you should able to see the in this console, you should able to see this data as printed. So how to execute your JavaScript without HTML? Here just we have to write node space file name. What is your file name? It's an object. Just write object. Now see, you got the entire object. So now you are just printing entire object. Suppose you want to access any one property. You want to read or access any one property using programs. So how we can do means, just here we will write console.log. Now in this I want to print only this CT. Okay, so for that what we have to do, first we have to take this object name. What is our object name? Object name is data. So first write data. Now in this object, which property you want to access? I want to access this property. Now what is the key of this property? It's a CT. So just write data.cp. Now save it. Now if I execute it, now you should get only CT. So let me comment this. So it will not print this console, it will just print this console only. Now see, I just got the CT. That's it. In the same way, you want to access this phone number. So how to access? Just say console.log of the first, which property you want to access? This property. Now this property is present in which object? First write that object name. Object name is your data. Dot. Then which property you want to access? This phone. So just write phone, save it. Now if I say, now see, I got this one and this one. So initially I have accessed entire object, then I am accessing a particular properties. Now this is how you have to access the things. Here I'm just writing the access the properties. That's it. Okay. In the same way, now what I want to do, I want to insert new property. Here, how many properties we have? 4. I want to insert one new property dynamically using JavaScript. So how to add? Like here I'm writing insert new property. Okay, how to insert a new property? First, we need to understand in which object we want to add. In this data object, I want to add. Just write data. Dot. Which property you want to insert? One new property you want to insert. If you want to insert new property, it should have key and value. Now decide the key. Now here I want to add something called email. Okay, fine. I'm adding email. Equals to, what should be the value? Value should be something like ibase@gmail.com. I have just added ibase@gmail.com. Now what I will do, I will try to print the object console.log of, I will just say data. I will try to print entire object. So let me see whether this particular property is added or not. And before adding, what I will do, I will print that object. Here I'm just printing that object also. So when this object is printed first time, that time you will get only these 4 properties. Then what you did, then you added one property. Then again you are trying to print the object. Now when you try to print the second time, then you should get 5 properties. This email property should be added. So let's see whether we are getting or not. First let me clear this, and here I am just saying node object. Now see, first time console.log, in that you got name, city, state, phone, only 4 properties. But second time you printed console, that time email got added here. So you got email. So you can add a new property inside this object using JavaScript. So if you want to add, then you have to follow this one. Object name dot which property you want to add, that property key equals to value. Now new property is added. Now this is how we can add a new property. Okay. In the same way, sometimes you get a requirement where you have to update the data. For example, I want to change the phone number. I want to just update this data. So how to update the data? Update the property, I can say. First, in which object you want to update? That object name. Object name is data. Dot. Which property you want to update? In this, which property you want to update? This property I want to update. What is the key of that property? It is phone. Equals to, give your updated value. I'm just writing 8888. This is my updated value. My phone number was 9999. Now I have updated my phone number with 8888. Now here I will just try to print that data. I mean just print that object console dot log of data. Okay. So as of now, I am just commenting this line so that this line will not execute. Done. So first time whenever our data object is printed, that time the value of phone will be 9999. Then we did some update. Then again we are trying to print the object. That time our phone value should be 8888. Let's see whether we are getting or not. So let me clear this. Now here execute it. Now see, first time it was 9999, then it was 8888. Now you might get confused a little bit. Why? For insertion also we are doing same thing like this, and for updation also we are doing same thing. Then how can we know if you use like this whether it will do insertion or it will do updation? Because we are using same way of inserting the new property and updating the new property. then how can we know whether it will do insertion or whether it will do updation? Here it done insertion, here it is doing updation. So how can you know that? So anyone have the answer by seeing this? Can anyone find when it will do insertion, when it will do updation? Just see, the syntax is same. Your syntax is same. Data.email equals to something, here data.phone equals to something. The way of writing is same, but here it is doing insertion, it is adding new property, but here it is updating the existing property. So how can you differentiate whether it will do insertion or updation? Just see this object and just try to find it. Just see that object and just try to find when it will do insertion, when it will do updation. Any guess? Anyone? Just whatever comes in your mind, just try, whether it's right, wrong, don't think. Whatever you think, because of this it is doing insertion, because of this it is doing updation. Any guess? Anyone? Purnima, Faizan, Pratik, any guess? Yeah. So just see, suppose in your object, yeah, someone given the answer. Okay. Suppose in your object, if already the property is present with that key, already if a property is present with that key, then it will do updation. If that property with that key is not present, then it will do insertion. For example, when I was adding this email, that time there was no property with the key email. So if you see here, there was no property with the key email. So it did insertion. If key is not present, it will do insertion. Now, while doing this, already there was a property with the key phone. Already we have a property with the key phone. If already a property exists with that key, then it will do updation. That's it. If वो key present है तो वो it will do updation. If key is not present, then it will do insertion. That's it. It will first check in this object email key is there or not. It is not there. Insert it. Now again it will come here. Again it will check in this object phone key is there or not. Yes, phone key is there. Then do updation. That's it. So that's why in your object all the keys should be unique. These keys should be unique. Data can be duplicate. These values can be duplicate, but these keys should be unique in your entire object. So this is how it will do insertion, deletion, and the first one is like access. You are accessing the things. In the same way, if you want to delete any property, if you want to remove any property or delete any property, okay, normally we won't get any chance to delete like this in React because the data will come from the server. So from client, you will not delete anything. But still, if you want to delete any property from object, then you have to use a keyword called delete. Space, then your object name, dot, which property you want to delete. Console.log data. Now if I save it and if I clear, now so many consoles we will get. So let me drag this up and here execute it. Now if you go at the final, this is our final object. Now here see CT is not present. In all these objects CT is present, CT is present. But in last console, CT is not present because we have deleted it. Now this is how we delete some data and we insert some data. Okay, so everything we are doing using programmatic way. So this is how you can insert some data inside this object. You can change the data inside this object. You can access a particular data from this object, and when even you can remove or delete a particular data from this particular object. So what is object? Object is a data structure, a structure in a particular structure in which we are going to store some information, and that information is stored in key value format. Now some question, sometimes in interviews they will ask a question, did you do you know any data structure in JavaScript? Do you know any data structure in JavaScript? So people get confused here with this question. Can you guys tell me, do you know any data structure which is in JavaScript? If this question asks to you, yes, you say yes, and the name of that data structure is object. Exactly. So the answer should be object. So do we have only one data structure like this? No, we have so many. So this is one data structure we have learned up to now. Okay, so object is one data structure in your JavaScript. In the same way, we have one more data structure, and that data structure is array. Now, what is array? If someone asks you, now remember, array concept is little bit different in your JavaScript compared to Java language or C sharp language. Whatever concept you have in Java and C sharp of array, it is little bit different in JavaScript language. Okay, so what is array? If someone asks you, the first answer should be array is a data structure. This is your second data structure in your JavaScript, and collection of elements. Okay, collection of elements. Now when I say array is a data structure means ये भी कोई structure होगा जिसमें हम data store कर रहे हैं. Means even it is some kind of structure in which you are storing the data. So how you are storing the data and what is that structure means, your array structure will be like this: square bracket notation. This is your square bracket notation. This kind of structure we are going to call as an array. Okay, inside this we are going to store the data. For example, I want to store the data of a student. So here the data will not store in key value pair. It will not store in key value pair. Directly we will store the data. If I want to store the information of any student, I will just say his name, something like S1. He comes from city, for example, Hyderabad. His state is like Telangana, TS. His mobile number is something. And he has some email ID, for example, yes1@gmail.com. Okay. Now see, we have stored some information in some different structure. Now here this yes1, Hyderabad, TS, all these are called elements. All these are called element. That's why we say array is a data structure, one structure, and collection of element. Element is nothing but this data. What is object? Object is also a data structure. What is object? Object is also a data structure, and it is a collection of properties. So in this, whatever data we are storing, this is called property. And in array, whatever data we are storing, this is called element. So in object, for this data, the unique identification are these keys, right? Here name, phone, city, all these are keys. And these keys are like unique inside this entire object. In the same way, in this array, there is something called index. There is something called index, which will be unique for every data, for every element. So your index will start from here. So the index of first element will be 0. Here it will be 1. It will be 2. It will be 3 and so on. And for this it is like a 4. Remember, your index will start from 0. So every element will have one unique index. So this S1 stored at 0th index. This S1 at the rate of gmail.com. It is stored on 4th index. Okay. These are the elements. These are the index. Index values start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Now they will ask you what is the length of this array. What is the length of this array? Length means how many elements are present in this array. That will be the length of that array. So in this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements are present. So the length of this array is 5. Suppose I have one more array. One more array. Now in this array, I don't have any elements. It's an empty array. Now what is the length of this array? Here we don't have any elements, so the length is 0. In the same way, I have one more array. Here I have 22, 33. I have only 2 elements. So this element index is 0. This element index is 1. Now what is the length? How many elements you have? 1, 2. So the length is 2. The length of array means how many elements are present in that array. Every element will have one unique index, and that index will start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, understood this array concept? And remember, in this array in JavaScript, you can store any type of data or a combination of different data types. Like here, see, I have stored string, number, again one string. So it is valid in JavaScript, but in Java, it will not be valid. In Java, you have to store same type of data. Like if you're storing string type of data, then in this entire array, you should have only string type of data. You cannot insert number like this in Java. But when it comes to JavaScript, you can insert any type of data or combination of types of data. So this is the concept of your array, and this is the concept of your object. So to in this object, we used some code, right, to insert, access, delete, update the properties, nothing but updating some information. In the same way, in this array also, if you want to update something, or if you want to delete something, or if you want to update something, delete something, or if you want to access something, if you want to do all this operation, then JavaScript is providing you some predefined methods, predefined functions. It is providing us some predefined functions to access or delete or insert or update the elements. So how many predefined methods it is providing means it is providing 23 plus predefined methods, or I can say predefined functions. Method or function, both are almost the same. Okay. So this array is providing us 23 plus predefined functions to perform these operations. Not only these operations, it can perform lot of operations. So we will not learn all these methods. I will teach you some of methods, like around 6 or 7. Once you understand that 7 methods, then you can understand all remaining methods also. I will show you from where you can learn pending methods also, or pending functions also. But first, core concept I will teach, how to use these functions. So once you understand the basics, once you understand few of the method functions, then learning another functions will be very easy. Just you need to know the purpose. That's it. The working will be almost the same. So this is your array concept. Okay. So any doubts in this object concept and array concept? One of the most important concept. Okay.
No, sir.
Now tell me how many data structures we have in JavaScript as per your knowledge as of now.
2.
What are they?
Object and array.
Yeah, object and array. First time anyone asks you what is object, what is array, that data structure term should come in your definition. They want to listen that term called data structure, like this. Now they can cross question you, why do you think this is a data structure? Now just tell them that, can I use notepad or something so that I can explain you? Just draw this diagram and just tell them that, see, this is the one structure in which I am storing some information, and this information I am storing in properties format, nothing but key value format. In the same way, this is my array where I'm using one structure called square brackets, and here also I'm storing the information. Now here this is called elements, and here they are calling the properties. Just जैसे हमारे लैंग्वेज में डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टर्म्स होता है ना, जैसा तुम सब्जी को ले लो, ओके, एनीवन नोज धनिया? एनीवन नोज धनिया?
यस सर.
धनिया मतलब मराठी में क्या बोलते हैं धनिया को?
सांबार.
नहीं नहीं, कोथमीर, कोथमीर पता है?
यस.
सब्जी में हम क्या डालते हैं? कोथमीर डालते हैं ना. तो हमारे इधर कोथमीर बोलते हैं, महाराष्ट्र में इधर उधर, मतलब साउथ में भी जाओ तो कोथमीर ही बोलते. बट व्हेन यू गो टू नॉर्थ लाइक दिल्ली और गुड़गांव, नाउ कोथमीर को वो लोग धनिया बोलते. सो व्हेन आई केम फर्स्ट टाइम, तो मैं ऐसे ही वेजिटेबल पे गया था, मैंने पूछा तो कोथमीर दे दो, उनको समझ में ही नहीं आया कोथमीर क्या होता है. फिर मैंने उनको दिखाया तो वो बोले, अरे ये तो धनिया है. लाइक दिस मीन्स टर्म्स विल चेंज, कॉन्सेप्ट इज सेम, चीज वही है, बट उसको बुलाने का तरीका अलग है. उसी तरीके से अरे में भी दिस इज इंफॉर्मेशन ओनली, ये डेटा ही है, बट इसको हम यहाँ पे एलिमेंट बोल रहे हैं. उसी तरीके से ऑब्जेक्ट में भी ये डेटा ही है, बट इसको हम प्रॉपर्टी बोल रहे हैं. सिर्फ टर्म्स चेंज होगा, बाकी सब सेम ही रहता है, कॉन्सेप्ट सेम ही है, बस टर्म डिफरेंट रहता है और उसको एक्सेस करने का तरीका दूसरा रहता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू विल लर्न इन द प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस. अगर तुम जावा में जाओगे, सेम कॉन्सेप्ट सेम रहेगा, बट द वे ऑफ एक्सेसिंग या राइटिंग द कोड विल बी लिटिल बिट डिफरेंट. सो इफ यू नो दैट वे, you know Java language also. That's why in software industry people will say, if you know one programming language, then you can learn any programming language, and learning other set of programming language will be very very easy. So try to be perfect in one programming language, be master in that programming language. कल जाके आपको अगर नया प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज सीखना भी पड़े तो ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा, तुमको बस उसका सिंटैक्स सीखना पड़ेगा कि इसको कैसे यूज करते. जैसे यहाँ पे हम नंबर टाइप बोले, राइट, डेटा टाइप्स में वी सेड देयर इज अ नंबर डेटा टाइप, जो डेटा द डेटा विच विल बी इन द नंबर फॉर्मेट और डेसिमल फॉर्मेट. इस टाइप ऑफ डेटा वी आर गोइंग टू कॉल एज अ नंबर टाइप. वही जावा में वी विल कॉल इंट टाइप, इंटीजर टाइप. So terms are different, but the way of representing the things are same. Here they are numbers only. ऐसे नंबर्स टाइप ऑफ डेटा को जावा में हम इंटीजर बोलते, जावा स्क्रिप्ट में हम उसको नंबर बोलते. जैसे हमारे लैंग्वेज में कॉन्सेप्ट सेम ही होता है, बट टर्म्स अलग होते हैं. मराठी में उस चीज को अलग वर्ड में बोलते, हिंदी में अलग वर्ड में बोलते. इफ यू गो टू साउथ लाइक इन तेलुगु, यू विल से सम डिफरेंट वर्ड्स लाइक दैट. Okay, so just be perfect in one programming language, that's fine. So now you guys are going to learn React.js. So for us, JavaScript is the language. Always try to be very very strong in JavaScript, because React जैसे आएंगे जाएंगे. Today you have React, कल Angular रहेगा, दिन बाद Vue रहेगा. Yes, but JavaScript you can learn anyone. If you learn React, and learning Angular and Vue.js will be very very easy. Suppose for React you spent 30 days. Now you can learn this Angular and Vue.js only in 10 days because concept same rehte, just the way of using that concept will be different. Just you need to learn that way. Apart from that, nothing. Okay, that's all. So that's all for today's session, object and array. So now what I want to give one assignment for you guys. What is that assignment? Means you have to create a function Yeah, can you guys listen my voice? Is audible? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was disconnected due to power cut. Yeah. So what you have to do means you have to create some functions. Okay. Now in this function, you have to write a certain logic. What logic you have to write means in this function, you have to write certain logic. What logic you have to write means you have to create 10 variables. Okay. Each variable will represent some information of a student or employee. You can take student or employee, any example. Just create 10 variables and store this student information in that variable. Then same information store in object also. Same information store in array also. And print all these variables, print variables, all variables, objects and arrays. Like this. Okay, this is your first question. Second question, create an object to show the information of a mobile or any electronic device. किसी भी एक electronic device का information you have to store, and this object should contains minimum 7 properties. अब थोड़ा सा गूगल सर्च करके फाइंड कर लो कि एक मोबाइल का इंफॉर्मेशन क्या क्या हो सकता है, या मोबाइल ले लो, टीवी ले लो, कोई भी ले लो, कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस ले लो. Okay. Now, do you guys have the knowledge on Git or GitHub? Anyone have the knowledge on that? So for your React batch, I will cover this GitHub concept also. So I will cover basics of GitHub concept so that कल तुम कंपनी में join होगे तो you will not face any problems with this GitHub. So in our entire React and JavaScript batch, we will cover GitHub also. So finally, what things we are going to cover? We will cover JavaScript. Then we will cover React.js. With this, we will cover GitHub. Then we will cover one real-time project. This project will be purely client-side project. Okay, client-side project. Already server-side code will be developed. I will just give you that code and I will just explain you how to use that code. Apart from that, our entire client-side project we will create using React.js. Okay, so just be perfect with JavaScript. So we are covering JavaScript, those concepts which are required for React. So there will be some concepts which I will not cover in JavaScript, which you have to learn yourself. So for interview perspective, okay, but for React, how much JavaScript knowledge is required? I will give that entire knowledge. क्योंकि अगर JavaScript ही पूरा पढ़ना है तो फिर आगे उसके लिए फिर 1 month and 1.5 month spend करना पड़ता है. I will give you some resource from where you can learn some concept. But whatever I will teach in JavaScript, that is more than enough to crack any interview. Apart from that, I will just tell you some topics. Okay, go through that topics also. Sometimes you might get questions from that topics. So just go through. While going through, if you get any doubt in that topic, just let me know. I will explain that topic. Apart from that, React will be covered in very depth. Okay. Now you can compare our syllabus with any other institute. You will find our knowledge and our examples are much more better way. So this words will be told by you guys only after finishing our React batch. So all the examples what I will take in the React will be related to your real-time use cases. Means whatever I have worked up to now, in that I have used all that concept. So I will just take one situation and I will explain you that concept so that you will understand, okay, in real time this concept is used like this. So once you get one example, one approach, or one appearance of that real time test, then in real time whenever you go to your job, वहां पे तुम्हें दिक्कत नहीं होगा. वैसा सिचुएशन आएगा तो तुम्हें खुद को समझ में आ जाएगा कि अच्छा इस सिचुएशन में हमें ये कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करना चाहिए. ओके, सो यू विल गेट दैट काइंड ऑफ नॉलेज. वैसे तो तुम एज अ फ्रेशर ज्वाइन होगे तो आपको टेंशन नहीं है क्योंकि वही बताएंगे कि आपको यहाँ पे कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करना है. बट स्टिल वो बताने के पहले आप खुद बता दोगे उनको कि यहाँ पे हम ये कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करेंगे. सो दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन एंड अ फ्रेशर. तो एक रिक्वायरमेंट मिल गया तो फ्रेशर को समझ में नहीं आता कि मुझे अभी यहाँ पे कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करना है, बिकॉज ही विल बी जस्ट नोइंग अ बेसिक्स थिंग्स. बट एक रियल टाइम एक्सपीरियंस को पता होता है क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी डील कर चुका है उस सारे थिंग्स को. अच्छा इस सिनारियो में हमें ये कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करना चाहिए. तो नाउ वंस यू आर done with your React, you will be capable of deciding that things also. Okay, so any doubts in this now? So as these are demo sessions, मैं जैसे थोड़ा सा लेट स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ like 9:10 or 9:05 something, but once we start with our regular sessions, then I will exactly start 9:03 max, exactly at 9. So try to join before 5 minutes, so that will be easy for us. Because वैसे भी 1 hour का सेशन है, so again if you waste 5-10 minutes, then it will be like time कम हो जाएगा. So as we proceed, like जैसे हम proceed करेंगे आगे, so maybe max I will extend something like 15 minutes or half an hour. अगर कोई concept को लगा तो, otherwise I will not extend. So our next session will be on Monday. Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, yeah, you can leave the session.